the strength of women that I had already come to know in my own heart, but I had never been able to articulate, and that I was always searching for, I found and I encountered the truth that resonated in my heart written on the page in this document of St. John Paul II. My name is Sister Grace Marie of the Triumph of Crucified Love, and I'm a servant of the pierced hearts of Jesus and Mary. I never thought about religious life growing up. In fact, until I was 7, we didn't always go to church on Sundays. And then my mom had a conversion and we began going to Mass, but I never developed a personal relationship with the Lord or Our Lady. I never grew up hearing about Our Lady. It wasn't until college, when I had the great blessing of being able to go on a business trip with my dad in Rome, that I really encountered the beauty of the church. Just the way Providence would have it, we arrived in Rome just 2 days after St. John Paul II passed away. And even though at that time I didn't know the significance of John Paul or who he was, it really was a turning point in my life, and the Lord used John Paul to really change my life and to bring me where he brought me today. So during those days in Rome, we were able to see our Holy Father, St. John Paul II, laid out in the Basilica, and my heart was turned towards what the Lord wanted to do. And so I returned to study in Rome the spring semester of my junior year. That semester, I really fell in love with the beauty of the church. I found the Lord in the Eucharist. I discovered the maternal presence of Our Lady in the Rosary. And I really entered into the heart of the church through the teachings of our spiritual father, St. John Paul II. Particularly through a particular writing that he wrote on the dignity and vocation of women. The strength of women that I had already come to know in my own heart, but I had never been able to articulate, and that I was always searching for, I found and I encountered the truth that resonated in my heart written on the page in this document of St. John Paul II. Through that same semester, I also discovered that the Lord wanted to use the love I had encountered in him and wanted me to share that love with all those who I encountered. A love that I hadn't experienced before, that I didn't know before, and that so many had yet come to know. And seeing the poverty of heart of many of my classmates who were blind to the sufferings and the poverty of those around us, I knew the Lord wanted me to dedicate my life to bring his love to all of those hearts. And I heard the call to religious life and to give myself totally to him. As I entered more deeply into this discernment of religious life, I was so moved to find a community where I saw the strength of the feminine heart and the feminine genius really enfleshed in our Marian charism. And as I started to learn more about the charism of the servants, to be the living image and presence of the heart, person, and mission of Our Lady in the heart of the church and in the heart of the world, I really discovered that this is exactly what resonated in my heart in reading the teachings of St. John Paul II.